Hi guys, it's Ryan, and today we are talking about a subject which I have quite a few opinions on. The subject of the videos this week has been about being trans and the masculinity that's forced upon trans men and the femininity that's forced upon trans women and such. I'm not even going to start to go into the fact that genders are forced upon non-binary people. That just annoys me. Being a trans man myself, I've found there is a lot of people who will say, oh, that is a hobby of yours? Well, that's a feminine thing to do. Especially when they find out I'm into horses. They're like, oh, well, horses is a girl sport. But when you actually look at most of the top show jumpers, eventers and dressage riders, most of them are men. But you get it a lot. If you talk with your hands, you're feminine. If you can't lower your voice very well, which when I'm talking to the camera and such, because I'm having to really speak loudly, I can't keep my voice as low as I can otherwise. Just any little thing people pick up on and say, well, that's feminine, or you're too feminine to be trans. I almost call it wishful thinking. My parents do it a lot. They're like, oh, you must do this because that's masculine and you're a man now, so you need to be finding this funny and you need to do that. And the fact that I still stick up for like women's rights and like I'm not a fucking arsehole and a misogynistic twat. Apparently that means I'm not manly enough because I don't belittle women. Oh, sorry mate. Having fucking morals. The moment you come out as trans, you're almost expected to act completely cis, completely manly. And if you didn't act completely 100% manly in the first place, like, you know, the most manly of all men, you liked football and beer and curries and burping and farting and making fun of women, well then you definitely weren't a man. You're not a man, you just think you are. I get this all the time from my parents. I'm not trans enough for them. Which is a ridiculous statement, but it's how they feel. They think I'm not man enough to be a trans man. To me, it's almost like some people, because I find a lot of people get this sort of talk about not being trans enough from family and friends. I think it's almost people saying, I'm not comfortable with the fact you're trans, so I'm going to make it seem as though you're not. I'm going to belittle you and make you feel shit about yourself. It came a point where I stopped identifying as a man and started saying, oh, well, I'm non-binary, or I don't care about my pronouns, and I got really small about my gender identity and really unhappy about it because everyone around me was saying that, well, that's not the case, you know, you're not that. And I think that's horrible, that people, something I've known for years about myself, people almost destroyed in like a month. I've just started ignoring my parents. I don't talk to them when I can. It sounds really horrible, but I don't talk to them and I will not associate with them. And I think if you can help it, if you have those kind of people that put you down all the time and tell you you're not trans enough, you need to kind of get them out of your life in the best way you can. Obviously, if it's your family in there, you've got to be polite, but I have all the plans that when I leave home, I'm never talking to them again, so shit happens for them. If you know that you're a trans guy, and that is something you know, it does not matter what other people think. And I know you're thinking, well, it matters to me, and of course it does. It matters to me what people think. I don't want people to presume me to be female. I don't want people to pick up on little things and call me she and her and man and what the hell ever. But I honestly feel that until I get the money together to transition medically, that is going to keep happening. I almost feel like trans people aren't really taken seriously, if you know what I mean. Maybe this is just something that I feel, but I feel like until you do medically transition, you are not seen as trans enough. Which is bullshit as it is, because even my parents said they're not going to start using the right pronouns or naming or anything for me until I've started testosterone and had all the surgeries. I don't even want bottom surgery, but that's another discussion entirely. And I was like, you're just arseholes. You don't have to medically transition to be trans. Hell, you don't have to do anything to be trans other than identify with something other than the gender you assigned with at birth. If you don't medically transition, I think that there's a lot of sort of stigma on it, like you're not really trans if you don't medically transition, which is kind of bullshit. But people are what they are. They're very small-minded about trans issues still. What I enjoy is typically what I would say ungendered thing. I don't really have anything particularly masculine that I enjoy. I don't have anything particularly feminine as far as I'm aware. I enjoy reading, which is basically whatever. Some people see that as feminine, but it's a book. It's a book. You can't put a gender on a book. Unless it's like The Girl's Guide to Being a Girl. And I guess that would be a girl's book. I suppose, if you really want to get into it. I enjoy art, which some people again say, well, that's feminine because art, and yet tell that to Vincent van Gogh and Picasso and everyone else that's famous artists, that basically most of them are men. I enjoy horses, which again is, I'm always told, is very feminine. Well, tell that to people like Scott Brash and John Whitaker and Carl Hesser, 3 very big names in the equestrian community, all of which are male. A lot of top riders out there are male. I enjoy Disney films, and I'm told that that's feminine, and I'm like, good, I don't care. Disney films are great. I enjoy films as a thing. People always try and put genders on things. It doesn't matter. You could do the most masculine thing, and if someone wanted to see it as feminine, they would. It doesn't matter if you are a trans man and you enjoy makeup and you enjoy doing your hair and you enjoy traditionally feminine things. If you like ballet, which is always seen as feminine, even though there are plenty of male ballet people out there, it doesn't matter whether what you enjoy is seen as predominantly feminine or predominantly masculine. Your identity is valid to you, always. You will get put down about it. That is, I can't eliminate that for you, but you've just got to think that you are comfortable with your identity. You know who you are, so fuck what anyone else thinks. Honestly, it's so unimportant what anyone else thinks about your identity. What really matters is what you think and what your GP in the long run, or whoever you're going to the gender identity clinic, or what they think, and they will know. People don't generally start questioning their gender unless there is a reason behind it. You know, there is not usually someone who goes, I think I might be trans. Oh, I'm not. A lot of the time, people have been so beat up and torn up about the fact that they're trans for years that by the time they come out, they know they're trans. I know I'm trans. I may not be the most masculine of men, and I may be absolutely shit scared of thunderstorms and spiders, but that does not stop me being a man. The only thing that would stop me being a man is if I turn around tomorrow and went, actually, I identify as female, I'm not a man. And there you have it, I would no longer be a man. As long as you know that you're a man, it doesn't matter if you wear makeup. There are plenty of men that wear makeup, and not just gay men. Like, there's plenty of cis straight men that will wear makeup. Hell, if I could do makeup in a decent way, I would probably wear makeup. I was never any good at makeup, I'm not very skilled at much that takes talent. Because makeup is talent, it's art, you know. I watched this makeup tutorial the other day of this person, it came up on my Facebook, and I found them like fascinating. And this woman, she had put like, it looked really stupid at first, like blocks of like colour, like I don't know, blocks of colour on her cheek, and like light colour and dark colour, and then she blended it out, and she put something else on it, and she looked majestic as hell, and I was like, wow, if I could do that, hell I'd wear makeup, because I'd be looking fly as fuck. But I can't do that, I'm talentless. So, I just want you guys not to worry, okay? If you are a trans man and you enjoy makeup, or you enjoy princesses, or I know quite a few trans men who do drag, you know, that doesn't make you any less of a man just because you enjoy dressing up. Hell, what does it matter? You are you, and you are happy. Regarding trans female, I can't really speak on their behalf. I haven't been through that, but I'm pretty sure there's people who go on and about trans females being too masculine. Well, fuck them. You are you. If you enjoy sport, but you identify as female, that's fine. There are sporty cis females out there. If you enjoy typically manly things and you're a female, that's fine. There are plenty of females out there that like manly stuff. You don't have to be over feminine. If you don't want to wear makeup, don't. If you don't want to do this, do that. If you don't want bottom surgery, don't. If you don't want this or that or any of it, you don't have to have it. I think it's an extremely important thing for anyone in the trans community. Your identity is valid, no matter what it is, whether you identify as gender fluid, as male, female, in, I don't know, non-binary, agender, bigender. I'm not going to go around and list them all, but anything is fine. If you identify as that, then you are that. Fuck gender roles. Woo! This is the thing it all boils down to, is gender roles. People always gender everything. You know? Anything. Colours. Colours are fucking gendered. It's a colour. A colour. You know? Even down to like, I wear a onesie still. I enjoy them, they are warm, and I'm a very cold person. Other than when I've got these lights on which are red hot. 9 times out of 10 I'm like wrapped up. I'm so cold all the time. And I get told wearing a onesie is feminine. Fuck off, it's a pyjama, you know? People put little boys in onesies when they're tiny little kids. I'm not a tiny little kid anymore, I'm like 5'11", but like basically a tiny little kid still. In my heart, in my head I'm still a tiny little kid. And it's like, just fuck off. I can wear my little leopard print onesie if I want to. It's very warm, it's very cuddly. I enjoy it, it makes me warm. Get stuffed. And I just think, fuck it, don't care. Just don't care. I know it's hard and it's easy for me to sit here laughing about it and telling you not to care about what people think. But if you are happy expressing your gender in the way you do, carry on. If you're not happy because of yourself, this is very important. If you're not happy expressing your gender the way you express it because of you, not because of anyone else, because I know that people can make me unhappy about the way I express my gender, but because of something inside you and you're like, this isn't really how I want to be expressing my gender, whether you're over masculinising it or whether you're over feminising it, whatever, change it. But if it's someone else making you feel like you should change the way you express your gender, stick a red hot poker up their arse and tell them to go away. Life advice with Ryan Clark. That feeling when you realise you've been recording for over 20 minutes. My camera cuts off at 20 minutes, it just bleeped to tell me to cut off. Don't forget to click like if you enjoyed it, click subscribe to see more. You'll see my face every Sunday and you'll see all my beautiful friends' faces every other day of the week. They're all very nice people, very handsome men, all need lots of loving from you guys. So give it. Yep. Goodbye.